Hello and welcome to the Stateside Medical Insurance 2015 presentation. My name is Melissa Genola and I'm the Administrative Assistant to the Send Personnel and Member Care Department in the U.S. office. I'm here if you have any questions about insurance. I administrate the plan. My contact information is at the end of the presentation, so you can reach out to me if anything's unclear or if you have any questions. Today we'll go over the Send Medical Insurance Basics, the health reimbursement arrangement through EBC Flex, and the Best Flex flexible spending account through EBC Flex. Before we get into the actual basics of the medical insurance, we'll go through some language that insurance companies use to describe your coverage. Deductible is the upfront out-of-pocket amount for eligible charges that has to be met before Blue Cross will start to cover any claims. Family deductible is the deductible set for your entire family, and the plan would consider all of your family members to have met their deductible when this amount has been met. Individual deductible is the amount that one individual can contribute towards that family deductible. So one person can't make up the entire deductible. It has to be divided by at least two people. Coinsurance is the percentage of claims you pay after you meet your deductible. The copay is the fixed upfront dollar amount that you'll pay for certain expenses. That includes office visits and prescriptions. This doesn't go towards your deductible or your coinsurance maximums. An explanation of benefits is a statement sent by Blue Cross explaining how medical treatments and claims were processed and or paid. Maximum out-of-pocket is exactly what it sounds like, the total amount that you would personally pay for in-network healthcare. That includes copays, coinsurance, deductibles, and fees that you would pay before the plan starts to cover 100%. So right now we'll go through the Blue Cross benefits to start off with. You want to pay attention especially to the deductible amounts for a single, couple, and family. The coinsurance, the portion that Blue Cross will pay after you've met your deductible, is typically 80%, so you would be responsible for 20%. Other medical services or the coverage may vary, but you can refer to your Health Choice 1000 benefits chart for that. The maximum out-of-pocket for a single is $6,350, and for a couple and family is $8,000 each. Wellness, preventative care, and immunizations are covered 100%, so no deductible, no copay, no coinsurance. When you're out of network, the deductibles are higher, coinsurance coverage is lower, and the maximum coinsurance that you'll pay for the year is much higher. You don't receive coverage for wellness, preventative care, or immunizations, and most covered medical services are covered at 50% after you hit your deductible. So Send has what's called a health reimbursement arrangement that's administered through Employee Benefits Corporation, EBC Flex. It's a fund that's solely funded by Send. It reimburses you for your medical care expenses. You can be reimbursed up to a specific dollar amount each year, and it's set up to really reduce your personal medical expenses. And so why use EBC Flex and how does it work? While you have $1,000 as an individual, you'd have a $1,000 deductible through Blue Cross. By using EBC Flex, you would pay the first $500, and EBC Flex reimburses you up to $500 after that. For your coinsurance as an individual, under the plan, you could potentially pay up to $5,350 according to Blue Cross in coinsurance. With EBC Flex, you pay the first $500 and they will reimburse you up to $4,850. It's important to remember here that if you use out-of-network providers and you have additional deductible and coinsurance charges above the in-network amounts, you'll be responsible for the remainder of that, so you won't receive additional reimbursement to cover out-of-network care. For chiropractic care, you are not required to pay anything before you start receiving reimbursement. As a single or an individual, you would receive $700, a couple up to $1,400, and family up to $1,800. So how to use your HRA, your health reimbursement arrangement. You'll go to see your medical provider, whether that be in a hospital, a physician's office, whatever it may be, and that provider will bill Blue Cross Blue Shield for whatever medical services you received. Blue Cross will publish an explanation of benefits, an EOB, on your online account, and you should go in and check it, review that everything looks accurate. For any EOBs that contain coinsurance, deductible, or chiropractic care, you'll submit them online to EBC Flex, and you'll upload an electronic copy of your EOB when you submit your claim to EBC Flex. EBC Flex will process your EOB and either provide reimbursement if you've hit the dollar amount where you receive reimbursement, or they'll track and keep track of how much you've paid so far that year, so they'll know when to start reimbursing you. And you would turn around and pay the provider for any any bills and charges. A few important things to remember. Again, the reimbursement maximums. So if you receive out-of-network care, you'll be responsible for the additional deductible and coinsurance costs associated with that. You'll need to make sure to submit all of your claims to EBC Flex so they know when you're paying deductible and coinsurance and chiropractic care. If they don't know that you've paid anything towards your deductible, they won't know when it's time to start reimbursing you. When you receive medical care by different providers, you'll need to submit different claims for those. And we have a separate how-to presentation on how to go forward and process a claim. And your reimbursement will typically show up in your bank account within 2 weeks. Again, just a reminder that every claim for coinsurance, deductible, and chiropractic care needs to be submitted to EBC Flex, and all 2015 claims for the health reimbursement arrangement need to be submitted by May 31st of 2016, or you will not receive reimbursement. Also administered through EBC Flex is what's called a flexible spending account. This is separate than the health reimbursement arrangement. This is an IRS program that allows you to take a portion of your salary and shelter it from income tax. You can designate between $200 and $2,500 per year, and you can use these funds to pay for medical and dependent care only. And one thing to remember is that any balance remaining in your account at the end of the year will be forfeited. So you want to be careful when you're selecting how much you want to designate out of your salary towards this, because you won't receive the additional funds back at the end of the year if you don't use them. This also is administered by EBC Flex. The plan year for the FSA is November 1st through October 31st. When you designate an amount that you would like taken out for the year towards your flexible spending account, that'll be divided amongst 12 months and will be deducted each month from your salary. You don't need to wait until you have the amount deducted from your salary to start receiving reimbursement from that account, but you just have to be aware that you won't have your account fully funded out of your salary until the end of the year. Claims for expenses during the plan year need to be made before January 31st, so that's your cutoff date. The plan year is different than health reimbursement arrangement, and so is the deadline. If you get to the end of the plan year, it's October 31st, and you haven't used all of the funds in your flexible spending account, you do get an extra 2.5 months to accumulate costs to be able to take that out. So you have until January 15th, any services received until January 15th, to be able to use the remainder of that money. But after January 31st, that deadline for filing claims, you will not be able to receive any more reimbursement from that flexible spending account for that year, and everything will be forfeited. It's very important to remember these deadlines because you don't want to miss out on any reimbursement, and you certainly don't want to lose out on pulling money out of your flexible spending account. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me either via phone or email.